Why is it that every time I'm upset, I'm eating brownies, man? Hello. Hello. Welcome back to episode 14. I think this is 14 of the house in Fata, Morgana. The last episode was very heavy. I hate the number 13. I don't know exactly what will happen in the last episode. I don't know if it's getting age restricted or anything. There was nothing really explicit in there. It was only mentioned explicitly, but I don't really care if it's age restricted or not. I don't feel comfortable censoring the R word in the last episode because I really want to let it stay. I really want that word to be spelled out entirely, because otherwise I feel like I'm not doing this character suffering any justice. You know, it's like I'm not making this character's voice heard. Even though it is a fictional character, it is still something that women experience, and so I don't want to take anyone, like, to take that away from anyone, basically, yeah? I want this character to be seen fully, and in order to do that, I will let that word in there. Despite how little I like reading it out loud, I will keep that R word in there, okay? I don't care if it's getting age restricted, by the way. If it is what it is, man. I'll still put a trigger warning in the last episode because it was quite a lot. I'll stop yapping now, though, because this episode, I will manifest it, guys. Manifest it with me. We will only drink tea and talk. And nothing bad will happen, okay? Nothing bad will happen in this episode, everyone. Nothing bad ever happens in this game. Am I right, guys? Nothing bad will happen. Please manifest this with me. I need this right now. I don't have that many brownies left anymore. I can't eat brownies every time I'm fucking upset, okay? I don't have much left, okay? Okay, everyone. Let us log in and witness episode 14 of the House in Fata Morgana. Well, Mikhail, I hope you're ready for the fucking bombshell of your lifetime. Giselle didn't recover for some time after I managed to get her inside. Unsure what else I could do for her, I had her sit before the fireplace and waited in silence as she sobbed. I had no idea what one was supposed to say to someone who was crying. Was it normal to offer them a warm drink? I didn't know. If he does, Giselle will probably be reminded of that one villager that gave her a hard cup of milk. Sweet cup of milk. I don't know if that will actually help her. I feel like that will trigger unpleasant memories for her. I did know I needed to reflect on the things she had said outside and try to make sense of them. And from there, calm myself down and prepare for the conversation we were to have, as unpleasant as I was sure it would be. I'm pretty sure it will be. A considerable amount of time later, Giselle's sobbing drew to a stop as an oppressive silence stepped in to take its place. Oh my god, this poor woman. Oh my fucking god. Yeah. For far longer than was comfortable, the only sound we heard was the gentle cracking of the fire. Crackling. I had to say something. I knew that, but what I didn't know was how to begin. I knew nothing about having an honest face-to-face discussion with someone about the things we were thinking and feeling. But that didn't change anything. I had to do it. Even if down that road lay truths I would be happier not seeing. Dude, I can't read right now. I'm still... last episode still affects me. Giselle. Could you please tell me what you did what was done to you at my family's home? How you ended up coming to this mansion and what happened after you left. I would like to know everything from start to finish. Oh my god. Will you believe what I tell you? Dude, like, her facial expression, she looks so afraid right now. You never so much as gave me the time of day before. You feel guilty now, huh? And I very much doubt you will find what I have to say agreeable. Will you still believe me even then? Believe my word, a stranger's word? Over your family or the people of the village? I cannot yet say. I must hear what you have to say to make that decision. Put your trust again into people? I don't know if she can do that. I suppose that might be better than you saying you'll believe me unconditionally. Alright, I'll tell you everything. Just know that nothing I say is a lie. Understood. Oh my god. Here we go. Giselle methodically recounted her tale for me. She told me of how she accepted an offer from the Ballingers to work as an Abigail to earn money for her family. Of how my father, Antonin? I don't know how the fuck to pronounce this piece of shit's name. Had other plans for her. Of the things he did to her. She spoke dryly, simply putting words to each event, one after the other. I had already seen how she felt deep down though. Had heard her pain screams, which were undoubtedly genuine. I didn't think she was trying to deceive me. There was the sound of old wounds being torn open, and even I could see that. Or perhaps my own experiences were what allowed me to see it. Regardless, I had realized too late. I should have seen it sooner. She described it all mechanically to remain detached from what had happened to her to protect herself. Of that, I had no doubts. Still, the things she told me were almost unbearable, and I had a difficult time accepting them. What was I supposed to do when I learned my father was a rapist? How was I supposed to react to that revelation? What was I supposed to think about the fact that his blood flowed through me? Yeah, that piece of shit blood. I repulsed myself. Do you want all the details? What do you mean? Of the wounds he gave me. I still have scars from the things he did. If you don't believe me, I can show them to you. Oh no. No, that won't be necessary. I see. That's a relief. Yeah. I don't think I could have handled that right now. I hadn't turned down her offer for her sake. I only did so because I didn't think I could take any more. Holy shit, that's just from listening to her recounting everything. I averted my eyes to protect myself. Why had I taken my mother's word, brushing aside everything Giselle had said and done? I knew good and well my mother was no longer in her right mind. So why had I thought her letter the truth? Why had I been unable to think rationally? There were, I believe, several factors. My childhood, my past, the witch's whispers, and above all, my own character. Consumed with distrust for everything. I had to face it now, to open my eyes once more, to look at everything I had pretended away until now. I was not completely blameless for her suffering after all. He's taking responsibility. Please continue if you will. I left off at the point where the mistress discovered what was happening, I believe. I was sent to this mansion to atone for my sins. Sins that she didn't even commit. Yeah. It was decided I would be sent here rather than being executed, which is what the mistress wanted. Yeah. At first I assumed it would be, essentially, a private prison. But in the carriage on the way here I was given a letter. A letter from whom? It didn't say, but your father was the one who ordered me here, so I would guess it was him. The letter was very concise, simply explaining that there was someone already there. The Bollinger's youngest child. It didn't go into any more detail than that. But it did ask me to look after you. I don't think that was his father. Do you still have the letter? I don't. The coachman took it back after I was finished. Thinking back on it now, that was rather strange of him to do. It was just a harmless letter. It was anything but. What? It wasn't my father who wrote that letter. He believes me to be dead, so he would have sincerely thought he was banishing you to an empty house in a remote forest. The writer wouldn't risk leaving anything that might suggest I was still alive. Then who, my brother, I believe. Oh shit! So at least his siblings care for him and know that he's alive. Why would his father assume that he was dead though? Like why? Does his father not want to acknowledge his existence? Is that what? Why? Either Didier or George. It would be as Didier, okay. Interesting names. Didier, George. Okay. Interesting. Your brother. Why would he, I do not know. I can't imagine why he would write such a letter. Or why he would want to tell you about me. Maybe it was the witch guys, I don't fucking know. I don't believe he had any ill intentions at least. I mean, he asked me to look after you. That makes it sound like he's concerned about you. Then why doesn't he stay in contact? Why does he never respond to my letters? It's a bit late to suddenly start being concerned. Wow, he really thought his entire family left him. No, never mind that now. Please tell me the rest. Alright. Here we go. Giselle resumed her story from the day she fled the mansion, terrified by my behavior. She seemed to be putting a bit more emotion in her tone of voice now, perhaps because she could see I was more interested in this part. There was a deep sadness in her face as she described that night in the rain, listening to the thunder, when she gave up on living. And I knew I had caused it. He reawakened her trauma. She then told me of the time she spent in a nearby village. How at first, life had seemed wonderful, but in time it had come crumbling down. Naturally, she wouldn't be here to tell me this if nothing bad happened there. Nothing had happened there. God, I can't read right now. Once she was through with her tale, Giselle let out a long, heavy sigh, as though she had been holding it in for some time. I thought I could hear just a faint trembling in the air she exhaled. That is everything. Do you believe me? If you don't, if you still think I'm deceiving you, then I won't argue with you. That's fine. If that's the case, please just kill me. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? Have you seen how unhinged you look, bro? Have you looked at yourself in the mirror? You look unhinged as fuck, okay? Why didn't you tell me this sooner? I know I wasn't very open to anything you said, but if that day, when I found you in my room, you had told me I was mistaken, that the sin belonged to my father, it might not have turned out like this. She couldn't, she was terrified by that knife. The knife. Why? You were holding a knife. I can't handle blades anymore. Ever since what happened, they scare me to death. Just the sight of one in someone's hands, and I start thinking they're going to use it on me. I can't help it. I start shaking uncontrollably, growing faint of breath. The world goes wide. I can't even form words. She's having panic attacks from knives. There's nothing I can do. Now I finally see her. She was grimacing in pain. The day the package arrived, when you knocked my hand away. Because I was scared. Because it reminded me of that time. I had assumed she was simply jumpy from my guilty conscience. I felt nauseous, realizing I had been pouring a constant stream of salt onto her unmendable wounds. What a damned fool I was. Why did you get so upset at me? Why did you have to point a knife at me? I didn't want you snooping. If you meant to sell information about me, I thought I had to do anything in my power to stop you. I'm still not convinced it was necessary. I was unarmed. I couldn't fight back. You didn't need a knife. I have nothing left anymore, so I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. You're a jack! Thank you. Thank you so much for putting it into words. I couldn't be more thankful, holy shit. Finally. What you did was inexcusable. You may not have hurt me physically, but you still hurt me. Humans are frail creatures. They wound easily. Apologize. What? Do it, you piece of shit! Oh my god. Apologize to me. I said apologize. I'm sorry. Again. Put your heart into it. Convince me you mean it. I'm sorry. Again, once more. Get down on your knees and shout it from your guts. I'm so very sorry. Oh my god. Is she smiling? Was that a laugh? Oh my god. Jeez, you're such a strange man. Strange. You told me to do it. Nothing's going like I thought it would. I figured even if we talked, you would just deny everything I said. I didn't think you'd actually listen to me. But you did. You listened, and you looked quite distressed by what you heard. I looked distressed. Also, it reminds me, do you guys remember the time we opened the door to the bedchamber, to the master's bedchamber, and we saw the maid as a silhouette there? She said that we have all of our lives together to make notes of each other, you know? And I think that definitely happened after this conversation, because they're on the same page now. Interesting. I look distressed. Oh yes, you sure did. I wish I had a mirror to show you. I'm sure you didn't want to believe what I said, but you didn't once accuse me of lying. You faced up to the truth and you apologized. I seem to have had the wrong impression of you as well. I didn't try to see you for who you are, instead letting myself believe you were someone to be afraid of. To be honest, I didn't like you very much. The feeling was mutual. Damn. But for some reason I don't feel that way now. Is it guilt? I need to apologize to you too. Apologize for what? I led the villagers here. I almost sold my soul to the devil. I tried to sell you out to save myself. And for that I am truly sorry. I don't understand. What? Do I need to get down on my knees? No, that's not what I meant. The blame falls on the villagers for falsely accusing you of stealing. You are a convenient scapegoat for the real thieves. They plan to take advantage of you from Assad. That Amadi was probably in on it as well. To get back at you for rejecting his proposal. Plus, giving the village a single target to let out their frustration on would, in a way, help unify them. He used you to meet that end. Damn. In order to escape from that trap, you told them about me. But this was after I had threatened you, causing you to flee from this place. You have nothing to apologize for. He is way more compassionate than I gave him credit for, honestly. Still, I still feel really bad about it. So, I'm sorry anyway. You're unexpectedly stubborn. You are too, bro. But now we have both apologized to each other. We can call everything square. Square? Square. We were both in the wrong. So we apologized and we forgave each other. She gave a little smile, but all I could do was stare at her, brow furrowed in perplexity, like I was looking at some bizarre fantasyland creature. The weight of our crimes was not equal. What I had done to her was very much worse. Furthermore, I am Antonin's son. Oh, he sees himself as a piece of shit now too. Oh my god. His blood flows through me. Can you honestly say you don't find me revolting? That you're willing to forgive me for that? I didn't think I would be able to. If I were her, my grudge would extend to all of my family, everyone I had ever come in contact with. I can. Damn. Although you don't need forgiveness for being his son. Being related to someone doesn't make you responsible for their sins. It wouldn't be fair to blame you for that. Yeah? It wasn't your choice to be born to a man like him. You're curious. What? Curious about what? No, not that curious. You're a strange creature. I'm human, you know? Yes, I know you're human. You're making me lighter because he doesn't understand you. Is it a medical emergency? That's quite the leap in logic. Oh, they're so cute. You know, I was at my lowest just a little bit ago, and now I'm laughing again. It's odd. I never expected I would recover at all. I was just as surprised as her. She had been through hell, and she had more than enough reason to despise me, to shower me with vitriol, but instead she was smiling. And even more unexpected was the fact that I felt relieved to see it. He's feeling for her situation, so much. Here we go. Oh my god, there he is. I really truly wished I had gotten to know him sooner. Yes, I had fled from the mansion in fear of him, but maybe if I'd had just a little more courage, enough to tell him the truth, maybe he would have listened. I had let my initial impression of him solidify too quickly. I had convinced myself he was insensitive and perpetually expressionless, save for the Arctic stare. But the man standing before me did experience sadness, pain, distress, or at the very least he appeared to from where I was standing. Mikhail was just like me, an ordinary person. That said, there was still plenty I didn't know. I was still lacking explanations for much of his behavior. Would you mind telling me about yourself now? I'd like to get to know you better. I feel like Mikhail is not cursed. I feel like everyone believes him to be cursed because of his albinism. I don't think he's actually cursed though. I think he has just albinism, and the people around him in the Middle Ages can't explain that, and so they think of him as like an unholy creature, which is why he's shunned from society. I think that's just it. It's what the white-haired girl went through most of her life. What are you doing here in this mansion all alone? Why do you call yourself cursed? Have you seen me? Have you looked at my face? I told you everything. It's only fair you do the same. Will he though? I have no interest in using your information for anything. I have no reason to. Or are you going to keep pushing the master and servant line? Do you still think I have no need to know? Be quiet, for the love of God. Stop talking already. You always pick the worst time. What? What? Oh. Damn. Excuse me, what do you mean I always pick the worst time? No, I wasn't. Unbelievable, just when I was starting to think you might actually be a decent human being. Then you go and spout this. He hasn't had social contact for 10 years, okay? Give him a break. Oh my god. He doesn't know how to communicate with people. No, Giselle, I wasn't talking to you. Who else could it have been? The witch! I was, talking to, you know... I have a condition that forces me to vocalize objections to my own thoughts. It feels like he's lying. You know, that's about as convincing as my allergic to people excuse. Sorry. Huh. Weirdo. Oh my god. What crosses did he bear? What secrets did he keep? Maybe the truth was far beyond my reckoning. And if it was, even if he did, please tell me everything. No matter what you say, I won't doubt your words. I will trust you, and I'm sure I can accept anything you say. Please. If you don't put it into words, I have nothing to work with. Okay. Oh shit! Where should I start though? How about the cast then? Are you actually cast? Oh shit, yeah, well here we go. That's a difficult question. I cannot, for example, take someone's life with my cars, nor can I bring about disaster. I don't have any magical powers like that. So what you said outside was a bluff then? It was just a way to chase the villagers away. That was very effective, honestly. You certainly put on a convincing performance. So you can't actually curse anyone, huh? Regardless, I am human. Nothing more, nothing less. At least I consider myself one. Others would disagree. And the reason for that has to do with my body. Your skin, hair, and eye color, right? Right. Yeah, albinism is ruining lives, everyone. He does look otherworldly, to be honest. He looks like a vampire. He looks like... Oh, what's this guy's name from Castlevania? What the fuck's his name? Is it Alucard? Alucard? I don't fucking... Is it him? I'll research real quick. Yeah, it is him. Alucard has like yellow eyes though, and he has red ones. He does remind me of him a lot. Okay. Seeing Mikhail under the sun, he certainly wasn't what most people would consider normal. Awe-inspiring, in fact. Giving birth to me, it broke my mother. What do you mean? Because he was so white? He was so white, his mother got blinded by his whiteness. No, I drove her mad. Not only do I appear inhuman, I'm oversensitive to sunlight. While a little light through the window isn't much of a problem, I can't be outside directly under the sun for more than a couple hours. When she realized I couldn't go out into the sun, my mother started thinking I was possessed by a demon. So she banished me to this mansion until my curse was broken. That was 10 years ago. Just because you look different from them. The family's reputation was at stake too. If other noble houses realized they were giving refugee to an unholy creature, it would destroy the Balingers. You saw how the villagers reacted. They called me a demon when they saw me. I suspect the rumors about the mansion played a part in that. If nobody thought the house was cursed, they wouldn't have. I'm sure you were afraid as well. You saw me and thought I was not of this world, that I looked like a demon. I thought you looked like an angel. Wow. A what? I at least thought you looked more like an angel than a demon. It never once crossed my mind that you might be evil. Damn. But I understand your situation now. Because of your appearance, you've lived all alone in this dark mansion for 10 years. It was never really an inconvenience. They bring me all the supplies I need. You big liar! Yeah, he's definitely lonely, man. Have you never considered running away? That's not an option. Because of the sun? No, I could move during the night if I really wanted to. I'm being watched to ensure I don't leave. Watched? They can't allow anyone to find out that I am alive, particularly at the boarding estate. Yeah, there's this one dude sitting there watching him. If I were to run and they were to find out, I would probably be killed. Yeah. If only I didn't stand out so much, I might be able to stay out of sight easier. But also, I had been holding on to a little hope, I think. Hope that I might be able to return someday. He misses his family, bruh! Oh my god. I have all but given up that hope now, though. Not that I ever had enough willpower to really fight for it. I see. You don't need to worry about pitying me either. It's long since become normal to me. This is something that should ever become normal. Yeah. So what was that really a moment ago? You don't actually have a condition that makes you argue with yourself, do you? I hear voices. Please tell me. You don't have to believe me. In fact, I doubt you will. You're free to think I'm completely mad. Don't worry, I want to know. I can hear the witch. I can hear the witch's voice. The witch's voice? It started when I first arrived at the mansion. No one else can hear it either. No wonder we have special powers. If we are Miguel, no wonder we can see ghosts and shit. Like I said, it sounds crazy. Not at all, I said I would trust you, so I believe you. Do you though? Do you though? Girl, do you? Maybe he's not well. Okay, he doesn't. I see it. Yeah, that has to be it. 10 years all alone in one place, and you are bound to start hearing things. He seems like a delicate person too. Thinking about it like that, I'm starting to feel really sorry for him. Do I want to know what you're thinking? Nope. Nope, you don't wanna. I'm here for you? Huh? I've made up my mind. I'm going to stay here with you. Wait, what? Don't worry, I'll shout so loud you won't be able to hear that silly witch's voice anymore. Will you know? Uh-huh. If you hear it again, let me know, understood? You don't have to be afraid. I never said I was. Whenever you hear it, I'll be there for you, holding your hand. Hold my hand and don't let go, like in the beginning of the game. Oh my god. Well, we kind of took the extremely long route, but there you have it. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Master. Now, where should we begin? I know. Supper. Are you hungry? What should I make? Slow down, please. What is it? Is there something you'd like? I'm happy to accommodate. You actually intend to stay here again after what happened last time. Because of what happened, because of that, we're finally able to see past each other's surface. I want us to try again from the beginning. And this time, actually try to be considerate of one another's feelings. That's a promise, Master. Oh my god. Alright. I can stay here, right? Yeah, I don't mind. Hee, I'm glad to hear it. Say, yes, Master? If you ever want something from me, could I please ask you to put it into words? I don't have much faith in my ability to pick up on things. Yeah, he hasn't had a lot of contact with people. Got it. Then here's something to start with. What do you say we open some of these windows? Open the windows? Yeah, we don't have to if you think it will cause you problems, but it would be nice to get a little light in here. I'd like to put an end to this house being a dark, closed-off cave. I wasn't the one who barred the windows. You weren't? They were like that when I arrived. He did say that before. Made it seem like a very appropriate place to lock me away. I see. Well, I am sensitive to light, yes. As I mentioned, a little sun through the window shouldn't cause any problems. Alright then, can I ask you to help me open them? Let's both lighten this place up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Please don't make them suffer a game. Please. I won't handle this. This will be my final breakdown. Oh my god. After a few moments of silence, Mikhail gave me a curt nod. While we couldn't do anything about the windows that had been boarded up, the two of us forced open the ones that were just covered by rusted over shutters. When we got the first one open, a beautiful stream of light, like nothing I had ever seen before. Oof. Flooded into the dark mansion's halls. I had assumed that spring would never come. All we had to do was talk to each other, listen to each other, and everything else would fall into place. Did she say spring? That spring would never come, yeah. But it was that first step that was so hard, so much harder than either of us had expected. And now that the ice was melting, we had to treasure that. It might not have seemed like much to someone else, but to us it was a huge accomplishment. Yeah, people who swallow up their true feelings and their past and emotions and stuff. I'm sure it was rough making the first step. I mean, we witnessed it. It was rough as fuck. Okay. This time, it'll all work out. It has to. I had all the confidence in the world when we were together, but now that I'm alone in the dark, in the absolute silence of the night, I'm starting to get anxious again. Starting to feel like something bad is going to happen. Like I'm going to mess something up again. We took a big step today, and I know I have to keep it together. To keep thinking positive. Yeah. The goods you're after, Giselle, are not cheap. Understand? Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the women have committed 3 sins. She has lied, she has stolen, she has betrayed her fellow man. Oh my god. Oh, trauma. It's alright, it's okay. There's nothing to be afraid of, Giselle. Whatever happens, you have to hold fast to your faith in the goodness of others. How can she still have faith? That is honestly impressive. You have no reason to tremble. Oh my god, who the fuck is it? Yes, come in. That's odd. I don't think I was hearing things. Is it the witch playing with her right now? There's no one there. What was that about? Oh? A glass. It's wine and it's so warm. I guess he heated it on the fire for me? Is it blood? Is it blood? Oh, you could have at least said hi. Hehe. I have a feeling this is going to work out. I hope so. I hope this is wine. I hope he heated this up. Did he see that she was upset? And he didn't really know how to, like, cheer her up with words, which is why he gave her the wine. Oh, we're back here. Oh, you poor maid. The light shining in through the windows is swallowed whole by the darkness, as if to say our time together never actually existed. We saw it though. Together we watched the light crack open the darkness. Yeah. I'm begging you, please remember. Please find yourself. Please, Giselle, don't let the things you felt, the warmth that fell over us, remain lost to you. Oh no. I might have seen it. Seen that most beautiful light, Giselle. But are these truly my memories? Could they not be someone else's tale, like all the others we have seen so far? She was so bright and energetic, and I am neither of those. Oh, wow. Besides, the maid needs not a tale of her own. This is not a story. These are memories. Mine and your memories, no one else's. It was all very much real. As were the kinda happier days that came next. Kinda happier days. Those words create a strange warmness within my chest. But at the same time they make me indescribably anxious. Is there really happiness to be found down that road? After all of the suffering we saw with previous stories, probably not. Even if our past doesn't lead to happiness, it couldn't be worse than where we are now. Oh, it couldn't be worse. Are you sure about that though? Are you sure? It couldn't be worse. Come, Giselle. The spring that made us more than just strangers. Damn! Let's go to spring, everyone. Spring, my favorite time of the year. It will be now. Are they actually going to work on the rose garden, I wonder? Maybe. Master, come on, get up. Up with you. Master, that's what we saw when we opened the master bedroom. That's the scene we saw. Yeah. Huh. Huh. See, what did I tell you? It's so much nicer in here with a little light. Morning. Wait a sec. Don't you hide under your bedspread? Get out of there. I'm fine, with my room staying dark. What's she even doing in here? Oh, but master, you agreed that I could open the windows. I did, yes. Don't worry, I've put curtains up. If it gets too bright, you can draw them. Mornings take the best parts of being outside and squeeze them all into the same few hours. You don't have to go outside in the sunlight for it either. Just listen to all the wonderful sounds. The joyous songs of the birds, the swaying of the trees, the rustling of leaves. She's really trying her best to stay positive. Am I being as pushy as I feel right now? Kind of. But you wouldn't be you if you weren't. So for now I won't get on you about it. Also, now that I know your real intentions, no, never mind. Hee. I completely misjudged you. You're the exact opposite of what I thought you were. What did you think of me? Let's see, I thought you were cold and cruel. Heartless and incomprehensible. Well, but I'm beginning to get a better idea. You try to put on airs, but you're really rather childish. You have a short temper, but can be surprisingly playful. What else? You have a pretty difficult personality too. There's not a single good trait on that list. Now, hear me out here. That's not everything. You gave me a chance to talk and you listened intently. You can be kind of nice too. Great. We agreed that we would live together, not just in the same house. So we've got plenty of time to add more to the list. And I hope you can make your own list about me too. This is just the beginning after all. We've got a long, long time ahead of us. I hope you two do. Plenty enough to get to know each other now. Let's not waste any time then. What do you say we do something today that we haven't been able to before? Where should we begin? Oh, I know, we can get this place cleaned up. You want to clean? Now that there's some actual light in here, we can see all sorts of things we'd probably rather not. Like dust. All over the place. My vision was still slightly unfocused, having not completely escaped from Morpheus's embrace, but I could see well enough to catch her smiling brightly. That was the first time I had gotten a good look at her in the light. I could see facial features I had missed during yesterday's commotion, and those glittering eyes. Not even a trace of the tribulation she had endured tainted her pure jade eyes. Damn, he's in love! She's surprisingly good looking. Yeah, surprisingly good looking, by the way. I'm cleaning out myself right up. Is something the matter, master? Haha, I know, you're still half asleep, aren't you? I guess I'm just going to have to throw my best bucket of water on you. What is the best bucket of water? I'm awake. I'm awake. Is there something on my face then? Yeah, beauty. Just far too amusing a sight to wake up to. Oh man. Amusing? Oh, just get out of bed already? What a noisy morning. You wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, probably. Oh, that's so cute. Man. I got my first decent look at Mikhail's face under the lights that morning, watching him stifle a yawn as he crawled out of bed. All the little details I hadn't been able to pick up on in the darkness, his expressions, mannerisms, and the way he looked at me. I could see facial features I had missed during yesterday's commotion, and those vivid, all-consuming red eyes. Don't tell me she also thinks that he is beautiful! I was almost certainly making a really dumb face at him. Very self-conscious. Is it just me or I see a very pretty? Fucking knew it, bro. How could I have not noticed until now? Oh jeez, wow, I can look at him in the eyes. Oh my god, I'm giggling like a fucking school guy. Yes, what can I do for you? Is this something on my face? Well, no, Huh? Hermes? Excuse me? Yeah. Hello? What the fuck are you on about? No, your hair, it's very long. Yes, that's it. Way too long. Ho ho, is there any way for a servant to speak to her master? I'm just kidding. I don't have any interest in holding your status against you anymore. I see. It's really hard to tell if he's joking or not. Yeah, his smile also wasn't very smooth, okay? So about that cleaning. May I wash my face first? What, you're going to help? As I just said, I'm not going to act like I'm superior to you anymore. Hee, we're on the same wavelength. Hee. What are you snickering about? I can't help it, I'm happy. Hee. Okay. If my hair really does bother you, you can cut it. Huh? I can cut it? Of course, I'll give you the best haircut you've ever had. Will she though? Do you have experience cutting hair? Oh, but I should warn you, you'll want to stay perfectly still. I'm a monster with a pair of scissors. My sister always said you were as likely to lose an ear as you wear your hair whenever I cut it. You stay away from me! Go away from me, woman! That's really funny. I love them together so much. I love this episode. I was shocked at how much more comfortable I felt around her only one day following our opening up to each other. Maybe this was normal and I had simply never felt it before. I didn't know. I had thought it would take years of work to get close enough to someone to be able to have a conversation without picking apart every little detail. But here I was a day later, already there. Was that how it usually worked? Did people normally get close and draw apart so freely? I didn't find it unpleasant to have someone else around. It was a strange feeling. All that friction has dissipated in an instant, and it was like we had known each other for years. Though not entirely willingly, we began sharing meals, something I had always done by myself. Yeah? Hey, I see you shoving aside that parsnip! You need to eat everything! Do you have any idea why there was so much rotting parsnip in the cellar? He doesn't like it? I don't care for it. You could at least pretend to be ashamed. Yeesh, you're not a kid, so don't be so picky. It's not good for you. Hasn't caused any problems thus far. It will soon enough. Ah, I can't believe you. We have limited supplies and you won't eat your vegetables? Oh, question. I've got an idea. Go on. Is the list of supplies sent by your family set in stone? Meaning? I was just wondering if it was possible to make requests. If I could, I would just go out on a shopping trip. Perish the thought. The only village around here is the one you came from. Right. Say, are you saying that out of concern for? Who would ever be concerned about you? Okay, Mr. Tsundere. Okay, Tsundere over here. I just want to be able to sleep well at night. And I'm not interested in throwing more servants to the lions. Totally, guys. You know, you're a whole lot simpler of a person than I first thought. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, nothing. Back to your question about the delivery. Yes, you can. I haven't made any requests recently, but you can write what you want on a sheet of parchment. Or if we don't have any, something similar, put it in the box and leave it outside. As long as your request is not completely unreasonable, it should arrive within the next package. With the next package. Why, is there something you need? Yeah, I was hoping to increase our selection of vegetables. And while I'm at it, if possible... Actually, that's a secret! She wants to plant flowers, right? A secret. Ha, it's nothing too exciting. I'll tell you when the time is right. Okay. Interesting. A secret, teehee. She's so cute. My relationship with Mikhail gradually transformed from master and servant to something closer to friends. He was still my master, but he allowed me almost complete freedom. And he didn't order me around either. He even gave me a hand with my work. Though he was still not very talkative and oftentimes hard to read, he at least seemed to be making an effort to close the gap. He would on occasion tell me about himself, though not in much detail, and any time his family came up he grimaced uncomfortably. Apparently his father had wanted him dead. Whoa. His brothers though had worked to create a scenario in which he could live, faking his death and sending him to his remote mansion. Oh. I had never encountered Mikhail's brothers while at his family's estate, but assuming he was right and it was one of them who had given me that letter, they were likely our only allies at that house. I don't know what he's thinking. It's been 10 years, Michael had muttered. To which I had replied, have faith. It was better to believe in something, even if it felt silly and unreasonable, than to lose faith in everything. My being able to find renewed belief in the kindness of people was what had allowed me to start smiling again after all. Because I was able to have that faith, I was able to enjoy life once more. It wasn't an exciting or thrilling life, it was a humble, simple one with just the two of us. But I wouldn't trade that light for anything. Some people might think it dull or dreary, but it was ours. That is so cute. I'm so happy for them. Master, I really truly appreciate that you want to help with the cooking. I do, honestly, but... This is apocalyptic! This is mutinous! This is an affront to gastronomy! This is unearthly! Disgusting! What? Get me better ingredients? What? I am not a bad cook. These are simply bad ingredients. Totally, guys. Totally. If they were better, they would taste just fine boiled. And it's not as bad as you claim, besides. You make a mockery of the culinary arts! I've been eating this for years. I don't see the problem. Uh-oh. I've heard quite enough, Master. It sounds like I'm going to need to put your taste buds through some intense rehabilitation. I have to teach him what real food tastes like. Otherwise, you won't be able to appreciate if I make him something really good. Oh my god. Oh my god. It is insane to me that you leave a child in a mansion by himself and this child has to figure out how to live and how to cook. Of course he's cooking his shit. There was no one to teach him. Oh my god. Hold the chair steady for me, will you? I'm going to wipe down the top shelf. I can handle it. I'm tall enough to reach without standing on the chair. It's not as simple as just running a rag over it. I've got practice, so let me take care of it, right? Uh-huh. There's a lot more dust than I expected. I probably should have used something to cover my mouth. You're going to want to hold your breath for this, Master. Alright, here goes. Oh my god. She's quite practiced. Is there any need for me to be holding the chair? Oh my god. What? Hold the chair! Oh my god. Ow! She fell. I'm so sorry. I didn't think there would be that much dust. Thank you for holding the... Master? Your hand is... What? Your hand is, it's on my... Oh my fucking... Oh my god! I know, it was an accident! Right, it was. It's fine, really. It was my fault anyway. Oh my god. It's completely, totally fine. Dude, I feel like his fucking soul left his body for a minute there. I can't even look her in the eyes. Could this be any more painfully awkward? This, don't worry about it, Master. Honestly, I should be apologizing for subjecting you to that. It's easier said than done. I have to do something about the stifling awkwardness. For one, it was only for a moment. I barely even realized what it was, but that's not the issue. I need some clever way to brush all this aside. Something witty that tells him not bothered at all. I'm not concerned. In fact, I see no reason to be concerned at all. I felt like I was squeezing an obese rat. He is so smooth, guys. He is so smooth. I hardly even perceived it as a breast. Wow, wow. An obese rat. An obese rat. What? How utterly insensitive can you be? I'm going to rip every last hair off your head. Oh my god. Leave my hair out of this. Oh my god. Oh my god, they're so funny. An obese rat! I can't, dude. Holy shit. I can't believe he said that shit, holy fuck. Say, master, what did you do all this time by yourself? That's an exceedingly vague question. Say, when you're really, really stupidly bored out of your mind, totally not like I am right now, what did you do to keep yourself occupied? Meditating? Just how many times have you reached enlightenment? I sometimes play chess too. Chess? Wait, by yourself? Yes, I imagine how an opponent might react to my moves and play the other side that way. That's kind of depressing to think about. How about this, master? Play a game against me. Do you know the rules? You bet I do. I do. Come from a family of merchants, so I keep up with trends and know all sorts of games. Oh, prepare to meet your maker. Oh my god. Oh, she will so lose. So, who was I supposed to prepare to meet again? Like, he had years to train for with chess, okay? He had years of experience. Come on, have a little mercy, you trounced me. One more time, I just wasn't at the top of my game. Oh my god, she will lose again. Yep. When am I going to meet this maker? What? How? Why did you put me in checkmate? One more. Oh no. Hold on, that's not fair. Take it back. Oh no, my king. Please stop. Oh my god. Amateur. Can you go just a little bit easier? You never asked me to go easier. This isn't a game, this is slaughter. This is a one-sided massacre. About this maker. I'm looking right at him. That was actually kind of fun. Oh. No, it wasn't. It was miserable. Next time I'm playing something fair. Such as... let's see. Oh, I know. Arm wrestling? Huh? Arm wrestling? Yeah, you sit across from each other, put your elbow on the table, grab hands, and see who can pin the other down. Who would ever willingly participate in such a primitive competition? Oh, you will? Not interested then, or are you afraid you might lose? Of course he's baited by this. Alright then. I can't imagine losing to a woman. Oh, he will. Okay, elbow on the table. Dude, look at this frail Victorian man. It's not even the Victorian era, it's the Middle Ages. This frail man will so lose against her. Start on my count. Ready? Go! Oh. Go. Okay, she said go. Sorry, I skipped that. Oh my god. Victory! Let's go! Dude, she massacred this man in arm wrestling. He's so fucking physically weak. There's no way she would have lost. Dude, it's so much fun. There's so much light in this house. Isn't it beautiful? The mansion is filled with light. I'm so happy. Ah, they're so cute. They are so cute. I love them. La 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 la. The vocals in the background, man. Ah. Yeah, so cute. So adorable. Oh, something bad will happen, I know, but like, you give me this, okay? Please, dear viewer, at least give me this. With each passing day, it grew less and less unusual having Giselle always at my side. I began more freely engaging in silliness, speaking my mind and showing emotion. I could say her name and Giselle would turn around and smile at me, an unimaginable sight not long ago. For 10 years I had lived alone. Solitude had been my normal, but that was very rapidly changing at her hands. We were continually getting closer, yes, but not the romantic sense. If I had to describe it, I would say good friends was probably the most apt. Time continued to press on, our relationship remaining relatively stable. Eventually summer came, bringing with it the longest periods of sunlight I had experienced in many years. Then the leaves began falling from the trees, and before long the world grew cold and dreary. That winter, the fireplace was no without the crackling blaze in its belly. The boiled wine we drank was undoubtedly middling and cheap. But she said with a smile, I've never had wine this good before. And though I didn't say anything, I felt the same way. The sun set much earlier, and having stopped using candles, we found ourselves habitually gathering around the fireplace when it grew dark. So cute! Look at them! I'm gonna cry! I'm gonna cry! Look at them, bruh! They're so cute. So adorable! I actually have tears in my eyes. What is this game doing to me mentally? Like, hello? Oh my god. Reading a story by the fireplace like this almost makes it feel like we're in another world, doesn't it, Master? I bet that's why troubadours perform at pubs, so they can be near the fire. This is the memory that we saw. Or because they're ale. There's ale! Or because there's ale. Drunkenness makes even bad singing and storytelling pleasant to the ears. Oh, you're such a cynic. But that's okay, Say. Yes. Do you remember when I first arrived here? When I was cleaning the library? Please don't tell me you're bringing the obese rat incident back up. No, not that. Before that. Before we could actually talk to each other. I believe I suggested we read something together if you ever felt the inclination. You might have. I can't say I remember. Are you sure about that? You turned down my proposal saying I was wasting my time. But look, it actually happens. Even if you don't remember, I'm sure you never thought this moment would come. I was, for the most part, focused on making sure things didn't get any worse between us. But to be honest, I didn't expect there would ever actually come a time we would sit shoulder to shoulder and read a book. You never know how things might pan out. I actually do remember. I remember how I tried to push her away, how much I mistrusted her. I was nothing but hostile towards her. People change. And perhaps if they can, so can the future. Maybe I can hope that, like our friendship, there's a chance the future might take a turn for the better. He finally believes that he has a future himself. Oh my god. Oh? Is something the matter? I don't much care for hypotheticals, but if by some chance, if I were someday to be able to return to that house, should that time come, that house is home to her nightmares, even if it didn't happen until after my father was gone. It wouldn't erase what he had done to her there. She acts like nothing's wrong though. I don't know. Have her wounds healed, or do they still remain? Should that time come? If that day comes, I will do what I can to ensure you have a comfortable life in the city. Though I will not be able to inherit the estate, I can work something out. Damn. I see you. Thank you very much. But if you would be comfortable doing so, I would be pleased if you were to join me. Oh? I mean, as a servant. As a servant. Yes, a servant. We're, short on hands. I see, a servant. Do I really need to repeat myself? Yes, as a servant. So cute. Giselle is so beautiful. Look at that! So cute! Oh my god, I'm dying. Alright, sure. I think I will. I would like to accompany you, Master. How exciting. I'm sure a wonderful future awaits us. I pray so. Now, back to the story. I believe we had just gotten to the point where the knight set out to defeat the monster and save the princess. I bet he was a big, buff, muscular knight. Let's not talk about how muscular he was. I am not muscular. Does that mean you do not like me? Does that mean I'm not desirable? Do not mention it in front of me. I'm insecure, okay? She let out a gentle laugh, and I thought I smelled something sweet on her breath. Was it her scent, or perhaps just my imagination? I had no way of knowing. We sat so close, even the slightest shift seemed sufficient to allow me to hear the sound of her heartbeat, causing mine to accelerate. Uh-oh. Curiosity flooded my mind. What might she be thinking right now? What does she think about me? And as much as I tried to banish them, I frustratingly failed. I was just getting caught up in the moment. I had just briefly lost my way. Though I tried to convince myself otherwise, it was all in vain. When had my pulse gotten so rapid? When had my skin gotten so flushed? When? How? Why was this happening to me? I thought I'd already learned my lesson. about having feelings for someone else. Oh. He came from a failed relationship? Before long, winter retreated and our second spring came to take its place. A full year had passed since we had resumed living together. And I don't think it was my imagination that this year felt much warmer than last. Spring seemed to have arrived a bit earlier than in previous years. Guys, global warming is a myth. There's only happy times that make the weather warm, okay? Totally. One night when the breeze carried on it a pleasant residual warmth, Giselle escorted me out to the garden. Did she plant flowers there? Come on, master, hurry up. It's the middle of the night, what's so important? I just found it myself, and I couldn't wait until morning. Huh? A rose, it blossomed. Is it the white rose? A rose. Oh shit. Giselle had, over the past year, cleaned up the nest of weeds that had been strangling the garden. Off to the side of a small plot of turned soil, swaying in the wind beneath the moonlight, was a single red rose. It's a red rose. When did you? Last year I requested flower seeds, but I just couldn't get them to grow and I was starting to think they never would. But look, it's only one, but it did. I had no idea. Of course you didn't, I didn't tell you. Why would you keep it from me? I wanted to make it a gift for you, master. What? Why? Roses make wonderful gifts, supposedly. We are going full circle, guys. No, that's not what I meant. Why me? I haven't given you anything. Consider it a symbol of my hope that we'll still be this close another year from now. If we are, then this is yours. I don't follow her reasoning. I don't follow it at all, but the sight of the deep red rose almost melting into the dark night was perhaps the most wondrous thing I had ever seen in my life. I had never understood why some people found flowers so enchanting. They were always just plants to me. But that one on that night was undeniably beautiful, majestic. And like a young child seeing a flower for the first time, my hand automatically reached out for it. Not knowing the proper way to appreciate flowers, I didn't gently caress its petals or take in its fragrance, but snapped its stem. Okay, dude. Oh my god. Oh, you picked it. Are you going to bring it back to your room? When I finally processed the question, that was when I realized I probably should have left it to grow in the garden. From the base of its stem, where I had plucked it, a droplet succumbed to gravity and fell to the earth. With it came the delayed realization I had ended the plant's life. But it was overpowered by childish possessiveness. This stunning flower was mine. Moonlight trickled down from the heavens, giving a gentle bluish tint to my hands and the smile on her face. You're going to need a vase then. Give me just a minute. Is this foreshadowing, by the way, that he's going... There's no way, right? This flower, this stunning flower was mine. If the flower is supposed to be Giselle, don't tell me that Mikhail will kill her. Because, like, look at this. Moonlight trickled down from the heavens, giving a gentle bluish tint to my hands, who have just killed this flower, and the smile on her face. It is in the same shade. Is he going to kill her? Am I reading this right? The circumstances? Dude, there's no fucking way. How would it even come to that circumstance? Hello? Nah. I'm just interpreting way too much into this. Am I right, guys? Ha, thank you. Yeah, I'm totally right. You don't have to answer. I already know that you're always confirming my delusions. Thank you so much. My god. You're going to need the vase. Give me just a minute. For the briefest moment, the moonlight must have played a trick on my mind. Oh? What did he see? Oh, that's the picture. Huh? Oh my god. Is there anything in the backlog, by the way? Because last time... Okay, it didn't give us anything. Master? Oh shit. What on earth am I doing? A look of bewilderment filled Giselle's face, just inches from mine, which hammered in the reality of what I had just done. And the thought had just crossed my mind that perhaps her black hair might prove a good backdrop for the rose, but it was supposed to remain a simple fancy. What was that about? An excuse. I need a good excuse. A drawing. A drawing? Right, I would like to preserve it on canvas. What? I mean, that a rose on its own does not make a very compelling picture, so I would like to include you as an accessory? Okay, bro. Wait, you want to draw me too? Merely as a background element, not the main thing in the picture, obviously. You're slightly more interesting than the vase, that's all. Smooth. I've seen you draw. I've never seen you draw anything before. I just never got the urge. You know how? Many years ago, my brother taught me. So his brother is the man in the mirror. But which one of those two? Is it George or is it Didier? Which of those two is the man in the mirror? Oh my god. I don't think I can handle being a model. I've never had a drawing done of me before. You would probably be better off with just a rose. You gave it to me, didn't you? That means I'm free to do with it as I please. I didn't mean to sound so rude. I had no real interest in drawing the rose. Yeah, no shit. But I couldn't just take it back either. You are totally only the backdrop to this rose. Trust me, bro. My god. Giselle had shrunk back quite visibly, and I couldn't bring myself to look her in the eyes. So I fled to the cellar in search of supplies to escape the oppressive awkwardness. He's so cute, man. At the far wall, I found a rectangular panel of wood and several sticks of charcoal. My materials were obviously nothing compared to what a court artist might use, but I was clearly not going to be able to do the portrait any kind of justice. God, what am I doing? I want to bury my head in the sand. Damn. This lovesick fool! Giselle was waiting for me in the stained glass chamber. It seemed she was still just as uncomfortable as when I had left her. She gave me a fleeting glance before averting her gaze again. If only she would laugh or make a scene like usual, it would make things so much easier. Why did she have to choose now to start acting meek? I need your support right now. I need your confidence. She's so cute. What should I be doing? Stay perfectly still, please. Do you need me to pose or anything? No, just get comfortable. Look away. Why? It's hard to work when you're watching me. Oh my god. What? I feel like I have to sneeze. Hold it in, please. What now? Can I see it? I've barely drawn anything yet. As long as our eyes didn't meet, I was able to observe her. And my gaze was quite clearly not focused on the rose, but Giselle. At first I had regretted my in-the-moment proposition, but I was beginning to think it hadn't been such a bad idea. Without some sort of pretext, I would never have been able to examine her so intently. I didn't have that kind of courage. This isn't like me. But what was like me? Did I prefer being a sharp-tongued, unapproachable recluse? Was that what I wanted to strive for? Giselle was like a gale. Her mere presence dispersed the gloomy cloud that was hovered around me. Thinking about it, it's practically a miracle that we ever ended up so comfortable around each other. That she's still here right now. Yeah. Light from the moon spilled through the stained glass window, taking on a multitude of pale tones before falling on her white skin and jade eyes. I had stopped sketching at some point, just to look at her. Yeah. Holy shit. What in the world was going on? One of my roses had finally bloomed, which I thought would put a smile on Mikhail's face. But rather than improving his mood, it had made him go all strange. It had made him say he wanted to draw something. I had never seen Mikhail draw anything before. I can't sit still. I tried to sneak peeks of him every once in a while, but anytime our eyes met, he gave me a stern look that way stare. So I ended up spending a whole lot of time looking at the archangel in the stained glass window. What could he be thinking? Could this be thanks for the rose? I'm pretty sure he's not the type who would consider a drawing an expression of gratitude, though. If I'm wrong about that, it'll turn my whole world upside down. Maybe he wanted to draw me? No, not possible. That would turn the world upside down even faster. He couldn't. We're close, to be sure, but we're not that kind of close. That makes it sound like Like Michael's attracted to me? And there's no way. There's absolutely no way. He compares me to an obese rat and calls me an amateur chess, laughing while he crushes me. Yeah, this can be love too. So that's not what this is it? He calls me an obese rat. Bro, I'm still not over that. That's so funny. Huh? Oh yes? If it's too much trouble, you're free to leave. This will take a very long time to complete. Oh, no trouble. You had a very stern look on your face is all. I was doing that bad a job at hiding it? I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want. It was foolish of me to ask of you. I'm sorry. Honestly, it's no trouble, I mean it. You just took me by surprise, that's all. I'm not even that great of an artist to begin with. It's not a talent I was blessed with. If I'm being honest with myself, I can't imagine anyone would be pleased to have bad art drawn of them. What? What's he getting so negative about? He finds you so beautiful that he can't put it to paper, Giselle! Do you not realize? I wasn't the only one making a face. His head was turned slightly downward, a forlorn shimmer in his eyes. I had never seen him make that face before. He resembled a child who had just been scorned by his mother. Oh my god. I wasn't at all angry or displeased with him. It was just fine. I was just fine, honestly. I had to get that through to him. I am pleased. It doesn't matter how it turns out. You drew it for me, master. Whether it's good or bad is irrelevant. I would. But the moonlight shining through the stained glass was so enchanting. I lost myself in it. I would be happy with anything drawn for me by the man I love. Ah! She said it! She said it! Oh my god, she said it. Oh my god, she said it. For an instant, time froze. Oh my god. Dude, I feel like our mans will fall into a fucking coma, bro. By the time I realized what I had said, my mind had gone blank and I couldn't form a coherent thought. Uh-oh. I mean, like, you know, like family. You're like an older brother to me. No! He got brother zoned. No! I mean love. Like love for a brother. I'm going to end myself. Oh my god. Mikhail, please. Please believe that she loves you. I know you have low self-esteem, but come on. Hey, say something, master. Give me your usual exasperated sigh. Come on, though. Come on, give me your best. Good grief, and then hurl me out the window. Come on, please. Show me some disappointment. Hurl me out the window. Ha ha ha. Oh my god. Master? Oh. When the wood panel he was using as a canvas and the charcoal in his hand crashed to the hard chapel floor, the clattering was so loud I jumped. I didn't have the presence of mind to wonder why he had knocked over the canvas, or why his hands appeared to be shaking. Let me help you with that. I stepped towards him, and when I did... Oh? The moonlight shining down upon us intensified. I'm not getting emotional, you are? And our gazes of Jade and Ruby intertwined. It's both of their eyes together! Oh, that's so beautiful. Why am I crying, dude? Like, am I 5? Oh my fucking god. Why are there tears in my eyes? I feel like an immature child for crying so much. Ayo. Hello. He looks... he looks like he looks down on her. Look at her face, by the way. She's like, what? Oh my god. I love you, Giselle, so much. There was a visible rosiness in his ethereal pale cheeks. Master? Oh shit. Flickers of panic darted beneath the surface of his normally stony red eyes. They were trembling as he looked over at me. I was at a loss for words. He must have been under the moon's spell. We weren't thinking. We stood alone in the frozen world, robbed of all rational thought. Riding the moonlight's current, his hand fell against my cheek. It was much colder than I had expected, but it felt pleasant on my flushed skin. As he drew closer, I could feel the warmth emanating from his body, and I'm sure he could feel mine. The beating of my heart too. His breathing stopped for a moment, then he gulped. He brought his head in. I closed my eyes and... Did they kiss? Did they kiss? Oh no, the trauma! The trauma! Oh no, the trauma! The trauma! Oh my god. Oh shit, did she push him away? Then I shoved him away with all my strength. Oh no. No, she will probably feel like she will never love again because of that moment. I hope not. Oh no. Mikhail rolled back, knocked his head on the side of a pew, and began groaning in pain, which is when I realized what I had done. What have you done, Giselle? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Are you hurt? I'm fine. Sorry. You startled me. I think that Mikhail will think that she rejected him. I think he will think to himself she rejected me and not she responded to my approach because of her trauma. I think he will definitely misunderstand this, unfortunately. I really truly didn't mean to knock you down. Oh yeah. He feels rejected. You should go back to your room. I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused you tonight. What? Get some rest. Good night. Oh my god. I'm not gonna cry from a simple misunderstanding. Okay, I'm stronger. He turned away, marching off into the corridor and shrouded in darkness. There was a heavy air of loneliness hanging over him, which gave rise to phantom images of him actually disappearing into the darkness. I had caused that, but I hadn't realized until it was too late. I felt like someone was sitting on my chest. Why would I ever do that to him? Of course I'm going to hurt him reacting like that. Maybe I was hoping he would say it was just one of his jokes. Do I want it to be a joke? I had that option. I could pretend nothing ever happened and tomorrow go back to the way things were before. But if I did that, there would almost certainly never be a second chance. You were okay with it? You wanted it, Giselle? Quit lying to yourself. You're the one who said you loved him. And that was no mistake. You wouldn't sit shoulder to shoulder and read a book with someone you didn't care for. You wouldn't enjoy eating supper with someone you didn't like. Yeah. She can love beyond her trauma, I believe in you, girl. You wouldn't be able to live happily with someone you didn't love. You have to go after him, find him and tell him the truth. Please, Mikhail, don't you disappear. I will end your life with my own 2 hands. Oh, he's in his bedchamber. What am I doing, for God's sake? I'm not in my right mind. Something about me was off today. I couldn't control myself. I was saying things I didn't mean, doing things I didn't intend to. I had never meant to do that. But at this point I had no choice but to admit my feelings. I couldn't pretend I didn't know what they were anymore. How long had I felt this way? A week, a month, 6 months, or maybe a full year? Had they already developed when we started anew? No, the when didn't matter. It didn't change the facts. I was still attracted to her, regardless of when it had begun. But she pushed me away, quite literally. I sighed at myself. Why should I be disappointed? She was nothing like me. I was reclusive and unsociable. She was the exact opposite. She was the kind of person who would confidently tell someone how she felt. And she had done exactly that. Said I was like a brother. But I hadn't listened. As a matter of fact, could I have been any more presumptuous? I don't deserve to love anyone. No! Not the self-hatred, please! Oh my god. It's better this way. Oh. Please be please be confident. Please be honest with each other. I swear to God. Otherwise, I will not survive this, okay? Not another misunderstanding trope. I'm so done with the shit. Master? Please confess. Part 2, everyone. What? I told you to get back to your room. Master, I need you to listen to me, okay? What? About what just happened? That doesn't count. You can't count any of that. Huh? That I said I loved you and that I shoved you. They don't count. Right. I was planning to forget that anyway. So don't worry. No, that's not what I mean. What I'm saying is that it's not something I should have said on a whim, just because the moonlight was kind of pretty tonight. I wasn't supposed to be so casual. The way I said it doesn't get across at all how much I really care about you. I should have been something of more impact rather. Me looking you straight into your eyes, my heart jumping around like it's on fire. That's how I should have said it. What are you? I'm saying I want you to give me one more chance to do it right. Giselle. Calm yourself. I am calm! In no sense of the word are you calm. Fine then, I'm not calm, but I am clear-headed. I mean every last word. Listen very carefully. I love you. I love you so much. I feel like my heart is going to explode. What? Huh? You mean like family? Like a brother, right? Nuh-uh. Romantic love, romantic. Oh my god, he's so shook. When? I wasn't upset back there. No, I was elated. Huh? When? My mind couldn't keep up with what it was hearing. Half out of breath where she stood. Giselle was frantically insisting that she loved me. Was I dreaming? Did I hit my head too hard? Master? How do you... I would like to hear how you feel about me. Assuming I interpreted it correctly, you were going for a kiss back there, right? Right? So I can take that as your answer. Ah. Giselle looked up at me with bleary eyes. She had feelings for me. It was a miracle. Oh my god, bro. I could hardly breathe. It felt like something had stuck. The hand in my chest was squeezing my heart. I just had to say yes, and a smile would spread across her face. I couldn't bring her joy. And I could bring her joy, and all it would take was a single word. I had no reason to say no. My happiness was standing right there in front of me. What more could I ask for? All I had to do was reach out and claim it for myself. I had tried to do exactly that in the chapel, and I could do it again. I loved her. I was a twisted man, cast out of the world and left with nothing. I had no way to make her happy. No, don't tell me he will reject her. But still Don't tell me you've forgotten what you are. Is it the witch? Tell me. There was no moonlight to give me that nudge. Do not feel that way about you. I am so mad. Game! Why are you like this to me? Why do you hate me so? Why do you hate everything that I love? What? I'm so upset right now. I got confused for a moment. I apologize for the misunderstanding that seems to have caused. All the color drained from her like a flower wilting before my eyes. A heavy sigh spilled from her lips. Her jade eyes swayed lifelessly back and forth. I hadn't thought mere love could possibly have such weight, but she looked as though I had just told her she was to be executed. I see. I'm sorry. I let it get to my head. Sorry for making such a racket. Really, God, what was I thinking? I got way ahead of myself there. Her faux energy hurt to watch. I had hurt her, and this was the result. You wanted to protect yourself, even if it meant hurting her. But look where that got you. You would have been better off just going with it. Because when she learned the truth, she would have pushed you away anyway. I'm sorry, I'll be going now. Is that the witch speaking in his head right now? Morgana, what the fuck are you doing right now? Sorry for barging in on you like that. Oh my god, she made her way into the shadow toward the door. There, you did it. You preserved your peace. I get the feeling she would never again turn back. Your mistake was ever getting close to anyone. What I had always wanted was right there in front of me, and I was so close to obtaining it. And you pushed her away. I actually did love her. She would never love the real you. No, she couldn't. What? You disgusting. I can't believe you actually had the gall to fall for me. No, he also has trauma! No! No. Oh no. Good night, master. She was leaving. I wanted her here and she was leaving. I simply had to acknowledge my feelings and she would come back. Was I really content to let her go? In my weakness, I mistreated her. I hurt her. I let her go and I was about to lose her. Even though she said she loved me. And I felt the same way. Wait, please don't go. Your voice is shaking like a scared child's. What are you hoping to tell her like that? She was different. She was probably, no, she absolutely was nothing like anyone in my past. She won't be any different. I decided I would try just one more time. To believe in myself and to believe in someone else. I lied. Giselle, from the bottom of my heart, You'll regret this. No, I won't. I sincerely love you. Game! Thank you! Oh my god! I can finally live and rest in peace. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is she running to him? The fragrance of rose enveloped me. Her arms wrapped around my chest were both imbued with strength and shaking like mad, as though the slightest touch might shatter them. Oh my god! She's ugly crying right now. Why didn't you say that in the first place? She said in a quavering, sniveling voice just inches from my ear. I lacked sufficient control over my mind or body to return her embrace, to run my hand through her hair, or to do anything more than support her weight. I'm sorry. Chuck, bully, brood! You don't get to play this one off as joke. I'm truly sincerely sorry. You've given me two different stories. Tell me which one's the truth. Were you just confused, or do you actually love me? I want to hear you say it again. The truth is, I love you. Again! I love you. Without fumbling this time. I love you. As I've said several times now. Not good enough. Again! Have mercy, please. I'm about to die of humiliation. Oh, they're so cute. Can I really believe you this time? You're not going to say you were lying again? No, I won't. But then we both feel the same way about each other. Shockingly enough. What's there to be shocked about? I didn't think there was anything likable about me. You really have to do something about that pessimism. I'll try. I'm in heaven. I'm so happy I could cry. Well, you are crying. You are all over me. Ha ha ha. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. When you first said no, everything went black. I wasn't sure what I would do anymore. I had lost all hope. I really do feel bad about that. But you had a change of heart. Now you're willing to have me? Yes. And everything I bring with me? That was the idea. So cute. Absolutely everything, right? You're pushing that point rather hard. I have a request. Huh? It's something I don't think I could ask you at any time, but now, while we're in the moment, I will do anything as long as it is within my ability. Tell me, what is it? Will you look at my naked body, yeah? What? More specifically, my scars. Oh. You are going to have to see them eventually. In which case, I would like that to be now. A year ago, I had refused to look at her scars. I had been certain I wouldn't be able to accept what they represented. The abuse my father had subjected her to. If possible, I would have preferred never having to face that. But I, more than anyone, needed to know. It was my responsibility. I had to accept reality, not grimace or avert my eyes. I had to face up to what had been done to her. Okay. Damn. He's accepting, he's carrying her burden with her. I couldn't bring myself to look at her as she hesitantly disrobed. The sound of her clothing rustling made me feel as though I was doing something incredibly improper. As much as I tried to feign calm, I was so tense, my joints were practically creaking, and my heart still felt like it was being stepped on. I feel like I'm made of stone. I'm ready. You can turn around. Alright. I'll count to 10. Ha ha ha. She's laughing at me. I feel a whole lot better seeing you so nervous. I'm turning around. Okay. Damn. She is really exposing herself to him. Her head was tilted down just enough to keep me from making out her expression. Damn. But she couldn't hide the pink flush spreading across her cheeks. It contrasted well against her white, but not excessively pale skin, as did her jet black hair. Sorry, it's not anything nicer. It's not anything nicer to look at. Huh? In what way was this not a positive? Yo! I had never been more entranced by anything in my entire life. She was stunning. I had no measure of comparison, but I was certain the same sight of any other woman in the world would not have had the same effect on me. I could say as much with confidence, despite having never seen another woman nude. Damn. Hypnotized, I couldn't take my eyes off the gentle curves of her body. Were I most socially inclined, perhaps, I could have told her she was pretty, which perhaps would have brought a sheepish smile to her face. And though I wanted to, my throat was dry as dust, and all I could manage to produce were incoherent rasps. Please say something. Uh-oh. I'm hideous, aren't I? I'm unclean. You're not hideous. You mean it? I mean it. Why would you think so? Because she was abused like that. You're not unclean, not in the slightest. You mean it? I do. Even seeing this, Giselle's eyes slid downward, a trace of fear lurking just beneath the surface. Following her lead, I dropped my gaze to her lower body, and there I saw her scars. Swollen red and black gashes still not healed after more than a year defiled her white flesh. As she had described for me, the lines were arranged to form letters carved into her skin. Ah, so that's what she said I would have to see them. So that's why she said I would have to see them eventually. Guys, I can't even speak his lines right now. Holy shit. My instincts told me these were wounds she would carry for the rest of her life. I felt nauseous, heartbroken, infuriated. At the fact that the person who had done this was out of my reach. At the fact that I could do nothing for her. What went through my father's mind when he looked at these? What did he gain from giving her these wounds? Why did he have to do this to her? Why my father of all people? Giselle was the one with the scars. Giselle was the one in pain. But I felt like someone had shoved a handful of needles into my chest. Dozens of thick metal stakes piercing the walls of my heart. Blood streaming through me like a river. If I didn't force myself to face it, I was liable to run. What was the right thing to say? What was I supposed to tell her? As hard as I fought, I couldn't come up with an answer. All I came up with was intense frustration. It killed me that I couldn't take these scars from her. That I couldn't give my father a piece of my mind. You're in no way hideous, no matter what marks are left on your body. It took all I had to form that single sentence. Thank goodness, I'm so glad to hear that. When I was down in that village, they said it didn't matter what they did to me because I was already dirty. That made me think I had reached a point where I was so tainted, anyone could see it. I'm sorry. Why should you apologize? You are frowning really intensely. I thought I might have made you mad. No, I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at my father, the villagers, and myself. May I touch them? Oh shit, I actually skipped a line. I'm sorry, I was so locked in. You may. Okay, thank you. My hands were trembling, but I knew I wouldn't be doing her any favors by hesitating. As soon as my fingertips brushed her skin, she shuddered. Oh my god. Does it hurt? No, there hasn't been pain in some time. I could feel her trembling where I touched her. It didn't seem like it was going to subside anytime soon. Oh shit, she's still feeling ghost pain maybe. Soon she began whimpering softly. Her lips moved as though she was trying to say something, but the best she managed was a few strained gasps. Tears had begun welling up in her eyes as well. I feel like I'm in heaven right now, but I also kind of hate myself. Hate yourself, but why? Because I can't stop shaking. I'm overjoyed to feel your touch, but I can't control my body. I know you're nothing like that, but I keep seeing flashes of you doing other things in my mind. It kills me that my body won't react the way I feel in my heart. Damn. I was foolish to have ever thought these wounds might have healed. Just as scars remained on her body, so too did it remain in her heart. Unlike the physical wounds though, the ones inside her seemed to still be raw and bleeding. She just did such a good job of acting normal that I had begun to think she might have gotten past them. Of course not, you blind fool. You shoved me back there because it brought back those memories. That's right. I'm sorry. I'm really truly sorry. Why are you apologizing? I should be the one. Do you have any desire to place a curse on him? No! Don't go that route! Oh my god. What? Do you want to curse Antonin? If you so desire, I might be able to make it happen. Cast a curse on him, perhaps even a fatal one. I ignore the fact that he's my father. I don't consider that man family anymore. I want you to be honest with me. If, hypothetically, such a thing were possible, would you want to curse him? No, I would not want that. Why not? You have every right to take revenge. For what that man did, he deserves punishment. He inflicted so much pain on you, you're still shaking more than a year later, and you can just let him get away with it out of the goodness of your heart? Hypothetically, if you wanted to curse him, I wouldn't do it, even hypothetically. And not out of the goodness of my heart. I'm just a coward. A coward. If curses were real and you were to die by one, then I would never, ever be able to forget. If my resentment for him took his life, that would mean he had damaged me so permanently I was never able to get past it. I don't want that. That is such a beautiful way of thinking. Like, being obsessed with revenge shows you that he still has power over you. Being to actually forget about his existence entirely is what is most freeing to her. Damn. I don't want that. I want to be able to forget. I'm still shaking now, but one day I want to be able to proclaim proudly that it no longer has any control over me. Damn. But I appreciate the sentiment. Setting aside your choice of method, you asked out of concern, and that's more than enough for me. A soft smile spread across her lips, but all that inspired in me was powerlessness. She was putting on an act. Was the sentiment really more than enough? Of course not. Not when she was still trembling so much. But what was I to do? What was I, unable to leave this house and helpless against the will of the Ballingers, to do? I was incapable of assuaging her pain, wasn't it? Wasn't I? I have never seen that word before. Assuaging. What the fuck is that word? Assuaging. Okay. To make an unpleasant feeling less intense or to satisfy a craving or need. I see him. Assuaging. I see her. I couldn't do anything. Could I? Before I throw in the towel, I need to take some real time to think. To stop running from the problem. To figure out a real way to give her what she wants. That doesn't include curses and angry words. There has to be something only I can do. Giselle. I took the hands that had been tracing her scars and slid it around her waist. Even now her trembling showed no sign of abating. I will never. The one thing I could do, hurt you again, was to wrap her trembling body in my arms. Oh my god. I want you here with me. All I ask of you for now is to be at my side. You can be scared and you can quiver, but please don't apologize for it. Please don't feel bad about it. Oh man. I promise not to turn my head away from your pain. So I ask of you, try not to keep it buried. Oh no. I have no power or influence, I don't know all the right things to say. I am a man with nothing to his name. But the one thing I do have is a heartfelt desire to do whatever I can for you. Oh, dude, even a recluse is better with words than I could ever be. Holy shit. As soon as I tightened my grip around her waist, she lurched forward, throwing her arms around me. Oh, is she bawling her eyes out right now? Muffled whimpers resonate against my shoulder where she had buried her head. Oh, let it out, girl. Eventually they grew into unfettered sobs. Oh man. Yeah, she's letting out her pain. And my bedchamber was enveloped in the sound of weeping. She cried like a little child. The usual strong-willed, cheerful, optimistic Giselle wailed from the depths of her soul. This past year, she had constantly been nudging me forward. It was always her leading the way. There had undoubtedly been moments where she had wanted to cry like this but couldn't. So starting now, I was going to try and support her too. I was sure I would mess something up, as I had little experience being caring. I would probably anger her, probably stress her out, and probably make her cry. But I had found my resolve. I had overcome my hesitation. I was sure I could do it. That I could create a place where she could find peace. I could surely. But the wish is still here, right? Giselle didn't stop crying until the sun had begun peeking over the horizon. I had, as I said, not looked away, simply holding her in silence. She had a decidedly not childlike frame, but she seemed incredibly small in my arms. We felt each other's warmth through my clothes. Between sniffles, Giselle said softly, "Man. One day I'm certain I'll be able to, without any hesitation, be probably join with you, and it will be wonderful. Right now I still can't control the shaking, but eventually I want to be able to put my hands on you too." The affection infused in each and every word was palpable. Damn. Someday. Sometime later she drifted off to sleep, exhausted. I prayed from the bottom of my heart that at least tonight she would have pleasant dreams. Oh my god! Wow. You know what? As I have promised, this episode was very beautiful. Holy shit. Good morning, sweet beautiful. Good morning, sunshine. Okay, guys, I think this will be enough for the episode. Holy shit. Wow. We had their blooming relationship with each other throughout a year and a half, almost. And then their confession. And Mikhail's promise to keep her safe. To get through her trauma together. I know it won't work out. Like Mikhail said, he wants he wants to make a place for her to be comfortable, to be happy. But then what we know now is that she is cursed to be forever in this fucking mansion as a servant, as a maid, and she lost herself. How did that happen? How did this curse still happen? We still don't know. I have many of my questions answered though in this episode, especially concerning like Mikhail's past and stuff. And I'm very curious if we will ever meet his siblings or see his siblings. If I ever get the chance to talk to the man in the painting again. I wonder, will I ever get the chance? At any rate, guys, I will leave you here with this beautiful, beautiful episode that I very much love. I think this is my favorite episode in this entire game because it made me so fucking happy. I have never felt so much happiness playing this game before. that truly says something, okay? I only feel miserable. At any rate, guys, next episode will probably take all of that happiness away and shove it down my fucking throat. We all know it's going to happen. It will definitely happen. And now, what will I predict will go downhill? I don't think the villagers will return here. However, I feel like his family will return, maybe. Or maybe when people are not scared of Mikhail anymore, they will try to kill him. I hope that will never come to pass. Oh my fucking god. I feel like next episode we will definitely get more lore on the witch, though. I feel like that will happen. The witch and the curse that this mansion inflicts on people. I feel like this is what next episode is going to be about. But I'm not sure. I guess you'll have to find out by watching the next one. So, I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, please hug your loved ones. And holy shit. This game will make all of us suffer. I have no hope anymore. Anyway, guys. With these words, with these comforting words, I will leave you. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.